Welcome in, everyone. Our Celestite here has been running for 3 days and 8,000 grit aluminum oxide. We're going to do a clean out of these 2 barrels today in this video. I'll have some other videos where I'm cleaning out everything else. This is Saturday clean out day, so we're going to start with these 2 Celestite. See what they look like after 3 days and 8,000. Those are done. I'm not going to go any farther with these. So we're going to do a final look at them. When I get set up, I'll come back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and clean these out. Empty them out and see how they look. Like I said, this is 3 days running in 8,000. So no matter what they look like, this is our final on these. I'm not going to move these any further than this. These were just tests anyway. Just playing around while I'm waiting on other stuff. Definitely a lot smaller than when we started. Let me get them cleaned up, laid out, we'll weigh them, see how much weight we lost. I'll come back when I get them cleaned up. Okay, I've got them cleaned up here. They look really bad. Really bad bruised. What the setup I have here is just too harsh for this softer material. So weigh them out here. At the end of the 1,000 stage, we had 1 pound, 12.6 ounces. So after 3 days of running 8,000 aluminum oxide, we have 1 pound, 5.94 ounces. So we lost over 6 ounces just in the 8,000 stage. I had a lot of little chips come out of this batch though. What I have is just too rough, too harsh for this soft material. I'm gonna load these in a load them all into one barrel here and burnish them for about an hour while I got other cleanups to do. So that just gets everything cleaned off of it. Back up the media here. And a tablespoon of borax in it. So while I'm doing my other clean outs and making my other videos, I'm going to just run this burnishing cycle. Just cleans all the residue from the polishes off. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference on them the way they look. So, okay. I'll come back and make a video in an hour or so, a couple hours maybe, let it run to burnish and show you what the final product and get the final weight, and we'll go over how much we lost. Okay, we've had this Celestite burnishing now for a couple hours. We're going to go ahead and take it out and clean it up. Take a look at it and do our final weigh and see what the Celestite looks like after all the stages. So they say that this stage, this burnishing stage, just cleans them up and gets all the polished residue off of them. That's why it's not, you don't have to run it very long in the borax. So. Let me get them sorted out from my media, cleaned up real good, laid out here, and we'll take a final look and do a final weigh on them. Hey, I got the Celestite laid out here, cleaned up. Got a lot of bruising on it here if you guys want to. What I have set up here is way too aggressive for this type of stone and this hardness, so we're going to go over what we got here. I've already pre-weighed it and come up with the numbers here, so final weight 1 pound 5.82 ounces. So I've got wrote down here what we went through. So we started out with 3 pounds. We ran it for 24 hours at 120, 220 grit. After that, the weigh was 2 pounds 5.8 ounces. We lost 10.2 ounces the first 24 hours. The second, we put in 500 aluminum oxide for 48 hours. The weight after that was 2 pounds 0.98 ounces. So we lost another 4.82 ounces in the 500 aluminum oxide. After that, we run it for 48 hours in 1,000 aluminum oxide. We lost another 4.38 ounces. And then we ran it. Then we moved it to the 8,000 aluminum oxide and ran it for 72 hours. The weight on that was 1 pound 5.96 ounces. So we lost 6.64 ounces just in the 8,000 aluminum oxide. Then we burnished them for 4 hours. We lost 0.12 ounces burnishing, but I do have a lot of chips here where it came out chippy. So these are all the chips that it came out of each batch. I just took the smaller chips because these will grind down to nothing if you throw them back in there. So total started out with 3 pounds, ended up losing 1 pound 10.16 ounces. The final weight was 1 pound 5.84 ounces of these larger rocks. It's not including these chips. So the total loss 1 pound 10.16 ounces. So we lost over half the weight. And then we did have some that ended up breaking during these. So I mean, what I'm using, my media is too aggressive. I would think if you want to tumble these, the Celestite, that you should probably use some plastic pellets and only run it for hours at a time, not days at a time. So as fast as these broke down in the 120, 220, I would think you could probably just run it in that for probably 5 or 6 hours. It would be okay. That's what we have. I'm going to throw these in a bag, put them aside. The test for this is over. Appreciate everybody watching and keeping track on these. It's definitely, I wouldn't say it's a total failure, but it's pretty close because they're bruised. We lost so much weight. I'm going to have to do, if I decide to go back and tumble the 5 pounds that I have left, I'll have to come up with a different plan, and I'll have to have an opening for them too, so that'll be way down the road. Thanks for watching.